DMK leading on 130 seats out of the 234. 117 is what you need. The AIADMK on 100. That is very credible from the AIADMK's perspective. The DMK does end up in front. It does end up doing well, but it is not doing as well as they thought or they hoped that they would. The DMK has 113 seats, 4 short of a majority itself. The Congress has 12 out of 20. The VCK has 3. The CPI 2. The AIADMK 85. PMK 9. BJP 6. This settles also the question of whether Sasikala will make an entry into the AIADMK and take control of the party at 100 seats. EPS says, no, there is no space here. Sasikala is not welcome. That's the story, Rajdeep, coming out of Tamil Nadu. A very credible performance. And if you were to spend a moment looking at the region-wise breakup of Tamil Nadu, and I'll start with the Kaveri Delta region. Here you've got the DMK leading on 32, the AIADMK leading on 8. I'm talking about the alliance. If I go to West Tamil Nadu, which is supposed to be the bastion of the AIADMK, here you've got the AIADMK leading on 40, the DMK leading on 13. So in the area where E. Palanisamy comes from, in the area where the AIADMK has traditionally been strong, despite the anti-incumbency, they're able to ensure that you've got the AIADMK with almost 3 times the number of seats that the DMK has. That's very, very credible. In Chennai, which has typically been a DMK stronghold, you've got the DMK at 27, the AIADMK at 7. Not a complete rout, but a strong performance. In North Tamil Nadu, out of the 42 seats that we are tracking, it's split 50-50, 21 leads for the AIADMK, 20 for the DMK. So in West Tamil Nadu and in North Tamil Nadu, you've got the AIADMK doing well. In Southern Tamil Nadu, you've got 36 leads for the DMK, 24 for the AIADMK. So it's a tight fight. You know, it's a...
What's happened there is that the bastions of the AIADMK, like Western Tamil Nadu, they're doing well. They're holding on to their bastions, and their intelligent alliances with the PMK have benefited it in Northern Tamil Nadu. Southern Tamil Nadu and the cities are saving DMK. Frankly, you know, it's clearly a mixed verdict in that. It's not a rejection of Palanisamy's government, not by any chance.
Not at all.
You know, the margin you'll find even in vote share, I think, will be very narrow. So, and even now, if there is any state where maybe the vote can change, possibly, that's the only one. Because when 131 is playing 99 out of 234 seats, that's the halfway mark is 117. And we've had about only less than half the votes counted. Any change in the leader can only be there. See, 101 is now playing 129. With every passing moment, if there is any state where the gap has narrowed, it is Tamil Nadu. Yes, the DMK is still in pole position to form a government, but Palanisamy, and I saw this on the ground, I said it this morning, is a popular leader. Edapadi is a farmer's son versus a dynast. That's how he pitched this election, and it has struck a chord, especially because
so you were asking about the vote share, Rajdeep. The latest vote share percentages are DMK alliance at 43, the AIADMK alliance at 41. The DMK is up 1% from the last time. AIADMK, because they've added parties to their mix, is 12% down from the last time, but it's 43 versus 41. So there's a 2% gap between the DMK and the AIADMK alliance. But, you know, the key there is the question that you were asking about, can the leadership position change? Let's try and see that. At this moment, there are 23 seats in Tamil Nadu, and this is important, 23 seats in Tamil Nadu, where the gap between the winner and the loser is just 500. So 13 of those, 23.
And who's leading those?
13 of those are for the DMK, 9 for the AIADMK. On all these 23 seats, the trends can change, because 500 really is no gap where you can sit comfortably.
So if there is one state which is still going to the wire, it is Tamil Nadu. And interestingly, all morning or early morning, we thought this was the one state which was the safest to predict. Something has changed in Tamil Nadu. Interesting, Sandeep Shastri, all of us have been caught in a say unawares by what was happening in Tamil Nadu. Certainly the closeness of the contest. Mamta's big win and the DMK's below average performance. What explains the DMK's below average performance?
Rajdeep, right from the campaign, we have been saying that the gap between the DMK and Anna DMK alliance has been reducing. I think 3 factors which you have highlighted. I think factor number 1, there are important variations across regions. Western Tamil Nadu and Northern Tamil Nadu, the Anna DMK alliance has held on. Secondly, I think the alliance arithmetic is very important. The role that the PMK is playing in boosting the Anna DMK alliance's numbers, that I think is an extremely critical factor. And thirdly, something which we have not been emphasizing enough, though I must concede, Rajdeep, you have been mentioning it a few times. I think the support for the Chief Minister and his management of the crisis in Tamil Nadu, the pandemic crisis, I think has won the party a little support. And I think a combination of these three factors have arrested the possibility of a DMK sweep, which a lot of people were otherwise talking about.
Right. So, you know, really 130, 100, and Rahul said 13 seats, less than 500. So
no, but 53 seats where the margin is less than 1,000. So
right.
There you've got the DMK leading on 28, the AIADMK leading on 24. The DMK will hope to pick some of these, but the AIADMK will hope to claw some back. So they could make things more exciting than they are at the moment in Tamil Nadu, although the DMK seems poised to form the government. I don't think that can change, but there are 53 seats where the gap is less than 1,000. If I look at
that too can change, Rahul. That too can change.
So
Remember,
500 can change for sure. Let's say 106 seats where the gap is less than 5,000 at this time. 58 for those leads for the DMK, 45 for the AIADMK.
Now, how many are less than 1,000?
No, so less than 1,000 at this time are 52. 27 for the DMK. See, typically in a frequency distribution of this kind, you will have them equally distributed, you know, 27 versus 24. So it's not as if it's skewed in one. So it's not as if luck is favoring the AIADMK and they're winning a disproportionate number of tightly fought seats. They're winning almost an equal number of tightly fought seats. So that is the way, the exact seat may change, but the distribution roughly stays the same. It could change a little, but